Hey, shuckalugga kapow. How's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school with Russell J.S., and I'm your host, Russell J.S. Tonight, I not only am I going to show you some cool old school item of old school proportion, but I actually have an announcement. As you may know, last week, or yeah, 2 weeks ago, I celebrated my 48th birthday. I just had to check the calendar to make sure. I just celebrated my 48th birthday. So you know what that means. In 2 years, I'm going to be turning the big 5. Oh, my, how the time passes so quickly. But one of the things I just decided, as you know, I did that video where I showed you how I pack for a flight, my carry-on bag. Well, I had decided that 2 years from now, for my 50th birthday, I'm gonna try and make the trek to California to check out the OG Disneyland and the OG Universal Studios in Hollywood. So what I have done, I've gone ahead and I have decided, and this is gonna require a lot of discipline for me for the next 2 years, but I think I can manage it. What I'm gonna do is every week I'm going to put away $10, and at the end of each month I'm also going to take small bills as well, like a 1 and a 5, and put it in there, and I'm going to tally up the money at the end of each month, and I'm going to turn the tens into a $50 bill, and I'm going to still sack it away. As you can see, I've got an envelope right here. It specifies what I'm going to do, and I got some money in there. So far I got about I want to say I got about $27 in there so far. And it's going to require, because I think I'm going to take this trip directly on my 50th birthday. And what it's going to require is, I got to get the credit cards paid off so I can pay for not only my passes for both parks, but I got to pay for my airfare, my lodging accommodations, and my rental transportation. So this is going to be a big deal, and I'm also by then I haven't checked my CD yet at the bank, so I'm going to check to see how much is in there so far, and I might take at least a little bit out of the CD. And what I'll do is I'll transfer all the money by the time this trip rolls around. I'm going to transfer the money, and what I'll do is I'll carry at least a couple $100 in my wallet on my person so I could have some kind of cash. And what I also want to bring up is, also, as you know, for the last 2 years I've been purchasing old school handheld games and tabletop pinball machines off of eBay. And I acquired one. I don't think I made a video of it just yet, but this is probably, out of all the couple of tabletop battery operated pinball machines that I do have, this is my favorite of the one. Get ready for this. And remember, if you're new to the channel, hit a like, subscribe, leave comments in the box down below, ring the bell for notifications, and tell your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your cousins, your nieces and nephews, your grandson, your granddaughter, your classmates, your roommates, your co-workers, your supervisors, your teachers, your pets, anybody that wants to kick it old school. So without further ado, let's check out this bad Oscar, shall we? What I got right here is, here's the box art. You wanted the best, you got the best, the hottest band in the world, Kiss. Funny thing is, right there, they've got what was the current lineup for the last 20 plus years. Look at that. Electronic pinball, the hotter than hell game of skill. Ooh, I don't think this is meant for kids. Look, it says hell. This was manufactured and distributed in 2011, at the time where Kiss had already been touring, and they had recorded by that time They had recorded that horrible album called Sonic Boom, which I like to call Sonic Bomb. And it says, inspired by the original arcade classic, Fast 4 flipper pinball action, electric light and sounds. Turn it over. It's got like a little biography too. Let's see, right here. And this is the condition the box came in. I paid $201 for this bad Oscar. Let's see. Electronic pinball, the hotter-than-hell game of skill. Here's a little biography. In 1977, Kiss was at the height of their popularity, with the famous faces appearing on everything from lunchboxes to comic books to hundreds of other pieces of merchandise. That year also saw the release of the ultimate Kiss item, the Kiss pinball machine. Now we proudly present an all-new version of that timeless classic, featuring fast 4 flipper pinball action, electronic lights, sounds, automatic scoring, as well as the awesome new artwork. This is the ultimate Kiss collectible for the ultimate Kiss fan. I have to agree. And what's really cool is you got this poster here that you cut along dotted lines. And it's got the art of the original playfield of the original pinball machine right there. And, you know, there you have it right there, the original Bally pinball machine. Some speculate that it came out in 1978. Others speculate in 77. And some even in 79 when Dynasty came out. And look at that right there. It looks just like the original Bally table that you saw in bars or arcades. And all you got to do is cut along the line to have the poster. What I think I might do is I might, you know, just get the measurements, the side-by-side measurements, take a picture of it and send it to a buddy of mine, see if he could print it out for me instead of cutting up the box. I mean, despite the box is in poor shape, you know, still I want to save the box. You never know. And, you know, this was around the time in 2011 they had like Kiss, Kiss, you know, Mr. Potato Head, Kiss baseballs, Kiss cologne, Kiss condoms, Kiss wine. I mean, anything that Gene Simmons could put the Kiss brand on. And the funny thing is, I like how on the front of the box, they got the lineup from 2003 to, well, where they finally ended. See, there's Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer. And the funny thing about that was, I wasn't really going to get into collecting any of the Kiss merch except for maybe t-shirts and posters. But as you can see right here on this shelf, my cousin got me that for Christmas, the Fisher-Price Little People Made Up Like Kiss. And it's 1 out of 101. And a buddy of mine who's a trucker that just passed away, he got me this die-cast toy Kiss truck, which I, you know, for my 40th birthday, which was 8 years ago, and as you can see, I have no intention on taking it out of the box. And I got my Kiss snow globe right here, you know, destroyer image. It says Kissmas. And of course, there's Robert De Niro's taxi cab from the movie Taxi Driver, too, and the Bluesmobile. Now, let's get a look at the machine itself. Don't mind the mess, I just folded some laundry. I'm getting ready for bed soon. Now, as you can see, it does replicate the original pinball machine that came out of the 70s. I think I love it how there's right there in the center, there's Paul. And of course, there's Paul Stanley again. And you got 3 images right there of Gene and another image. That makes 4 images of Gene and 3 images of Paul Stanley and only 2 images of Ace Frehley and Peter Criss. Look. There's Peter Criss right there at the end behind the drum kit with the microphone. He's either singing Beth, Hard Luck Woman, or Black Diamond. But yeah, this is it right here. And it takes 4C batteries. I have it turned on already, but I'm going to have to turn it off soon. And what's really cool about this, check out this feature. Here's your scoreboard right here for you tallying up your points. And whatever your score is when you get done, you could take the dial right here and you can go ahead and record your score. And that is my actual legitimate score on this thing. I just played it a little while ago. But yeah, this is a real cool collectible for any Kiss fan. If you are a Kiss fan or you know somebody that's a diehard Kiss fan, look for one of these on eBay and make yourself or make that person happy. And see, you got this little dial right here to bring the ball to the plunger. Here, I'll show you a demo. Here we go. Oh, wait. See, I'm doing that with one hand and holding my phone with the other. But yeah, it is a fun thing to play. And look at that. See how it'll go ahead and it'll automatically tally up the score. It's a little bit out of sync, but however, it is still fun to play. So if you are a diehard Kiss fan, look this up. 2011 Kiss tabletop electronic pinball. You might find one of these. I was lucky to score one of these. It cost me actually $177, but I had to pay a shipping fee to get it, and it took 2 weeks to show up. But well worth it. Probably the best $200 I ever spent. And there's the box right there. And I also hold on to the box. It was supposed to come with this sign that you would put on top of the scoreboard, but unfortunately I didn't get that Kiss sign, but I don't care. I don't think I need it. At any rate, that's all I got for this video. And remember, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill, keep watching old school movies, keep watching, old school TV shows, listen to old school music, play some old school video games, and play some tabletop Kiss pinball. And as always, I like to wish you to keep it, I wish you to, what is it? I already told you, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill. Get you enough of love, get you enough of peace, get you enough of tranquility, get you enough of anything that you desire, like get you enough of less chaos, less drama, no drama. And as always, Godspeed. May the force be with you always, and shuckalaka kapow.